How's it going, gamers? Chongo here with another commentary for you guys, and today the gameplay is of Gears of War 3. It's pretty good gameplay. I cut out some of the deaths that I did and I shortened the respawn times and all that kind of stuff to make it a little bit shorter and yeah, more entertaining. So anyway, in this commentary I'm going to be talking about the new console that's been announced called the Ouya. So for those of you that don't know what the Ouya is or haven't really heard anything about it other than the name, or yeah, just haven't understand the whole concept of it, basically it's a new console that I believe is set to come out sometime next year, and it started on a crowdfunding website called Kickstarter, and it's meant to be a completely different console than anything else we've got on the market because the console actually costs $100 and all the games on it are free. Now what they're pushing in this console is sort of about creativity and more for indie games, which is quite good because yeah, obviously for indie developers it's quite hard to get their game on Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that just because of how much money it costs. And they've also stated that each console is a dev kit in itself, so I thought that was really interesting to see. Like, if you buy it, and even if you don't consider yourself a game developer or I've never really tried it, you can, you know, have a go at this and then see if you like it, and if you do, you can put it on there and yeah, see if other people like it. Now, they haven't really announced how they're going to get their money from the games, but my guess is there'll probably be some sort of advertising, but I don't think that's really going to impact since all the games you play are free. If it's just watch something at the end of a game or a little advertisement that pops up, I don't really think that's going to impact on the whole gaming experience. Or maybe some of the money that's actually being funded to this project will actually go to paying the developers for maybe the really popular games, maybe not the indie games, but I guess we'll see as it goes on. Now, it's built on the Android platform, so the kind of graphics and that kind of stuff that we're going to see aren't really going to be like next-gen console or really high-end gaming computers and that kind of stuff, but it's not really about the graphics, it's more about the creativity, and pretty much I thought it was like trying to gain the social element and trying to be completely different than anything else out there. So I reckon this is going to be quite interesting to see what PlayStation and Xbox actually do, because depending when this is released, if it's released next year or if it's postponed a bit, most people are starting to think that the new PlayStation and Xbox will be released next year, so maybe they might try and implement a little bit more into the software to make the games a little bit more accessible to people, and may make their costs for putting games on there cheaper, because otherwise they may be losing a lot of their market to the Ouya for people that don't really are like 100% interested in graphics. They're more about playing good games, and when you can get these games for free and play all that kind of stuff, yeah, they might be losing some of their audience. Now on Kickstarter it currently has 42,000 backers, and it has 16 days to go until the funding will be stopped, and originally they only really wanted $950,000 and currently they're on 5.3 million. So as you can see, they've gone way further than what they'd predicted, so they're obviously adding more to what they've actually previously said in their first video for Kickstarter. I'll have a link in the description to the Kickstarter project if you guys want to go and check that out. Now also, they've already got their exclusive game that's supposedly going to be coming out, and that's going to be an episodic game by Robert Bowling's new company, and it's going to be a prequel to the Human Element game, which is basically a game set, I think it was 35 years into the future after a zombie apocalypse has happened, so maybe this exclusive game will deal more with the zombie apocalypse than obviously Human Element. Now on their Kickstarter page they're still giving away little incentives for donating money and giving them money, and one of them that's still there is if you give over $100 you actually get the Ouya before it gets in stores. So that seems like a really awesome thing to do, since obviously everyone is going to be talking about it next year when it starts to come out and more progress is made on it, and basically yeah, we've heard a lot more about it. So if that sounds interesting to you, I definitely recommend you go over there and pay the $100 to make sure that you've got it and you can get it early before anyone else. It definitely seems like some of the bigger consoles aren't really as nice to indie developers as the Ouya tends to be, because recently the developer of the Xbox Live Arcade game Fez they released an update for the game, and it made the game better obviously, but there was one thing for 1% of players, I think it broke their save or corrupted it or did something, and apparently they said that they're not going to do another patch because for them to recertify their thing it would cost them $40,000, and when you think about that in terms of an indie developer, they probably don't actually have that much money to put into recertifying a game, especially when it's not really going to increase their sales or isn't really going to help them in any way. So hopefully the Ouya takes off when it's released early next year or mid next year, and hopefully it provides a platform so that indie developers can basically make games that aren't going to cost them thousands of dollars, and hopefully for us as the consumers we're just going to get to play a whole bunch of new creative free-to-play games instead of just getting constant sequels and all this kind of stuff. And I just think it sounds like a really cool concept, so that we don't actually have to pay for games, but we're still getting all these nice creative experiences. So now I want to know from you guys what you actually think about this Ouya. Go click the link down below, check it out for yourself, and see if it's something you'd be interested in. But yeah, put any comments below on whether you're interested in it, like anything about the idea of it, whether you think it's going to work or fail, and if you would be interested in buying it yourself. And if you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to subscribe to see more videos like this, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.